love and give me shelter, shelter. Simple life, it's all we want to live. Give me food, give me clothes, give me love and give me shelter, shelter. Yeah.
So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the We Too Are Librarians Movement platform, your distinct and dynamic platform that speaks to and for the mass. We are not in the business of manufacturing players, pimps, and hustlers. Rather, we are in the business of changing and revolutionizing the thought process of our people, not only in Liberia, but even around the world. Again, this is your one and only platform, the We Too Are Librarians Movement platform that speaks to and for the masses. We are not in the business of manufacturing players, pimps, and hustlers, but rather we are in the business of changing and revolutionizing the thought process of our people, not only in Liberia, but even around the world. I would like to begin our show today by extending, again, condolences to a few persons, the deceased. And for the deceased, we would like to extend our sympathy to one of my cousins. I'll say my brother who lost his daughter. Also like to extend condolences to a family of, I'll say, a brother within the Southwest Philadelphia area who passed, if not a week ago, maybe about 2 weeks ago. Also, we would like to extend sympathy to the family of the statesman in person of the deceased PYJ, Honorable Prince Y. Johnson, of Senator of Nimba County, who served more than a decade and a half. Yes, but the title for today's show is pretty simple, and I think it's something that is worth talking about. And I'm pretty sure that this show might be a little bit more interactive, and so the essence of the show is actually to gain some type of participation because we want to talk about, like I said, the topic itself is a house divided against itself cannot stand. Again, a house divided against itself cannot stand. We know that the nearly 2 months of leadership crisis that has rocked the House of Representatives may finally come to end in a few days, if not weeks from now, and that's the verdict from the High Court that will decide the fate of the Mbato Speaker of the House, Fanati Kofa. But what we want to do here before, we with courtesy to the late Abraham Lincoln, who would say in his House Divided speech on June 16 of 1956, with the title "House Divided Against Itself Cannot Stand." I would like to begin with a quote from the same Abraham Lincoln that says, "I must stand with anybody who stand right, and stand with him why he's right, and also part with him who goes wrong." And I think that's pretty synonymous to what is going on in our country, because we want to talk about the bread and butter issue. People are suffering. People are, there's no way we can explain the situation, because it's obvious that our people continue to live in abject poverty, and for the leadership of the country to continue to, be in the positions that she's in, to keep our people in such bondage, speaks to the core that the leadership has continuously failed our people. And so for the purpose of our show today, the We Too movement believes that Liberia cannot endure permanently to see the constant humiliation of our people, the sufferings of our people, the injustices of the citizens. So we do expect, or we do not expect, the government to be dissolved. We do not expect the demise of the House, but rather what we do expect here is that they'll cease to be divided. The leadership of the Republic of Liberia will become all one thing, or all, other. So let's get right into the discussion about this House of Representative and the House of Senate decision to, vote and we know they talk about a majority block, they talk about the minority block, the decision to a large extent vote this uh, speaker out of office. To a large extent here, to me, it was just so inappropriate and does not make no sense. I think there are measures. We do have our constitution, and to see our country go in the direction that she's going, just is so disheartening. And so I like to give feedback from citizens, well wishers, those of you who follow our show. We want to hear from you. We want to know your position on the ruling of the Supreme Court, because one would say that Fanatic Kofa did, win the this case with the Supreme Court, and some other person would say that that no one won, but rather a democracy won. So I want to hear. We're going to put our number out here today, and we expect you to, if possible, you can call in. I just want to hear from our listeners and viewers here. Those of you who follow us every now and then, we want to hear from you. The number here, as you can see on screen, is 484-318-5668 to participate in our show. Again, our number, you can call in. We're talking about this decision from the Supreme Court. Again, our number is on screen. Call 484-318-5668 to participate in the show. Thank you. I'm looking forward to having a few folks call in, and let's just have this discussion, because I know that the verdict from the High Court will pretty much decide the fate of the embattled, House J. Fanatic Kofa. So call in today and let's have this discussion. It's a shame that we have a house that is divided. Our people, if we talk about the bread and butter issue that this country is faced with, the cost of gasoline is just astronomical. Lack of food, inadequate shelter for our people. Think about it, the quality of education that our people are getting. So now the government pretty much there was a lockdown. There was a lockdown, and the ordinary guy, the ordinary people, our everyday people are going through these struggles, and you have a government house that leads the people shut down, and your people continue to live in abject poverty. So we want to hear from you. We want to hear your view, because both the majority bloc under the leadership of Representative Richard Cohen and pro Kofa bloc are asserting legitimacy to lead the chatter, resulting in a deadlock. So I want to hear from you. You can call in again, like I said. This is a pretty short show. I should have had this by 12 o'clock because I posted this on my Facebook, and was hoping that we'll have a few folks call in so that we can have this discussion. So we have our number out there. The number there is 484-318-5668. Call in to participate in the show today. So if you're tuning, you're watching the We Too All Liberals Movement platform, your distinct and dynamic platform that speaks to and for the masses. We're not in the business of manufacturing players, pimps, and hustlers, but rather we're in the business of changing and revolutionizing the thought process of our people, not only in Liberia, but even around the world. As we always say, we believe that the problem that this country has pretty much has to do with, we say politics is one, but why is it? Because it's to a large extent, it's just because of the quality of person is deeply rooted in the quality of individual that this country has continuously produced and is producing. We can see out there, you call one group of people Zogo, but the real truth is, those guys who are wearing the suit, they can be referred to as the Zogo, because if they're not productive, they're not making the decision in the best interest of the general populace and the citizens, then this is a problem. So again, call in because on November 24th, the Supreme Court issued a state order directing the majority bloc led by Representative Kuhn, to halt all action and return to status quo, while reviewing a petition filed by the House Speaker Kofa and his ally. And I think Kofa did a pretty good job, by just going through the proper due process to ensure that, the law takes its course. And so one would say that Fanatic Kofa did win, and the other would say that, the majority bloc did lose in this process. But let us not see it from that perspective. Rather, let us all see it from the perspective where the Constitution, democracy actually did speak, and I think democracy won. So again, call in. The numbers out there. This is the We Too All Librarians movement. This is what we do. We take no sides. We pick no sides. We are for the citizens. We're for the masses, and we want to make sure that this country is brought up from where she is, from a current condition. This country has been around for 177 years. Why would she continue to be where she is? If we can change the mindset of our people, if we can revolutionize the thought process of our people, produce quality people, invest into the human capacity of our people, we wouldn't see ourselves in such situation. So, yesterday there was a whole lot going on. People have mixed feelings, and people had their own perspective. I think there was a problem with comprehension, because a lot of folks did not really understand what this was all about. The decision by the Honorable Supreme Court, and so call in. We do have our number out there, and make some kind of contribution, participate to this show, and so that we can go ahead and change the trajectory of the condition of our people, to get this country go in the direction that she's supposed to go. It's sad that our people will continue to languish out there. Bad road condition, inadequate health facility. We were saying rundown health facility. The quality of our education is in poor condition. Schools are run down. Even our university. Think about it. But you have a House of Representatives or the Honorable House of Senate. There, people are about just enriching themselves. People are about about money, and they're about fame and the acquisition of wealth at the expense of the ordinary people. So we want to come to the forefront to ensure that we state not only our position, but we also want to hear from citizens, ordinary people. So this is going to be ongoing, because I believe this is actually the issue or the subject now that is trending. So we're calling on your indulgence so that you can call in, and so that I just want to hear from people. Again, our number is out there. It's 484-318-5668 to participate in our show. We're looking forward to getting one or two calls. You be objective with your comment. This is not about a particular individual. This is about the Republic of Liberia. We want to have a country that puts citizen first, a country that is for and by the people. Because without the people, you wouldn't be elected into office. And that's one thing I think our lawmakers or lawbreakers, so to speak, this is something that they fail to realize. Because without the people, who will you be serving? Without the people, how would you be elected? We have representatives that are there to represent the interests of the people. Rather, they are there to squander funds, and they are there to subjugate the people, to subdue the people. Go and see the country. I was in the country several months ago. First-hand information I'm giving you. Roads are in bad condition. The healthcare system, I don't even know at what level. This is a country, I believe Liberia is the 8th poorest country in the world. See other countries around the world. For example, Rwanda is making progress. She have her experience, and see what's going on in Niger, see what's going on in Burkina Faso, what's going on in Senegal, as well as Ghana. Ghana is also making headways. You know, what I mean, but a country that will be around for 177 years, and we will continue to have ourselves. This is the time that we do away with self and lay down ourselves for, what I mean, the upliftment of this country, so that those who will come after us can have it a little bit more better. But it starts with our leadership. It starts with our representative. It starts with a senator. It starts with the decision that we will be making as leaders. You cannot reduce yourself to 15,000 or 45,000. You're some kind of million, something along those lines. Rather, I think this is time that we, confront the situation to ensure that our country be brought up from the pit, and so the lives of our people will be improved. Because it's funny, over 45 lawmakers under the banner of the majority bloc, went ahead gathering in joint chamber of the national legislature, claiming to have removed the speaker, Speaker Kofa, for alleged act of corruption. Understood, granted. Let's say, for example, he's corrupt, but I believe strongly that we should go through the due process. But the truth here is, a lot of us made the decision because of nepotism, and conflict of interest. And I think, we'll have to change our ways, change our manner, and the decision that we're making that is affecting this country enormously. So again, if you like, you can call. We have our number out there, 484-318-5668 to participate in our show. And so if you're tuning, this is the We Too Our Librarians Movement platform, the platform that speaks to and for the masses. We are not in the business of manufacturing placements and hustlers, but rather we want to make sure that the mindsets of our people are improved. Unfortunately, because of the quality of persons that we've produced and we put in these people in high seats, representative, they don't understand the Constitution. How many lawyers we don't have in the country now? Bulk of our people that I would talk to, talk about the into laws. We are setting those standards. We're not there for the people. We're not there for the masses. Rather, we're there for ourselves. And so because we are there for ourselves, and that's why we're making these decisions that we're making, that we think that we're enriching ourselves, you know what I mean? And we edifying ourselves. But what we're doing, we're actually destroying this country. We are destroying the future of our children. We are destroying the future of, of the masses. See, our people are impoverished. Let's talk about the bread and butter issue. How many people are even employed when the government, in fact, is the highest employer? So let's call in today. I mean, the topic here is a house divided against itself cannot stand. This, was drawn from the Bible, from the book of Matthew 12:22-28, where Jesus explained that any kingdom, or city, or house divided against itself will fall into desolation. And this is what's happening to Liberia. Our country is actually in bad shape. Our people are locked up. Our people are in chains. And I think this is the time that we must step up to the plate to ensure that, we're fighting for our people. We're fighting to ensure that, the lives of our people are improved. Our people, also the general masses have a seat at the table, because the country has everything. We always say, not that we're diverting, but how many rooms can you sleep in? What I mean? How many cars can you drive as an individual? I mean, the decision that we make should be made, for the people, especially when in fact it is these people that has elected us into office. But we use these people, right after the election, they sold out, and then we trash them. We serve our terms, and things like that. I several months ago, there was a town hall meeting where I had an interaction with the House Speaker, Fernando Kova, and I did ask him some questions. Some of the questions I asked him, because he lives in rehab, and he plows this road, the RIA highway, so to speak. This is a road that is dilapidated, unsafe. I mean, they have escorts. They're signing all of these concessions, and we don't see improvement in the country because you have a few group of people that are pocketing. And so the decision. I mean, the question now is, why did you even go to the House of Representatives? Why are you serving as a speaker? Why are you serving, as a senator, a pro tem, or whatever? You know what I mean? So those are questions. I mean, if we know why we're there, our roles, our responsibility, our function, then we will be making headways, and we will be providing solutions in the interest of our citizens. But a house divided against itself. It's plain and simple topic. So again, if you have tuning, we have our number out there. Call in. Share the show anyway. Like the show, subscribe if you can. Number is 484. I'm going to post the number out there. If you have any, comment, any suggestion, recommendation, or perspective, some kind of recommendation, do call in, and let's all just talk about, this decision, the Supreme Court's ruling, on this situation that's has affected the country, that has placed the country in bondage, and continuing to put our country, at the bottom. Again, calling if you can. 484. I would like to know your perspective. I would like to know your views. I would like to hear from you. Be objective. Let's get the discussion going on. I don't know what side you are on, but as for me, I've picked no side. I'm for the masses. I'm for this country. We want to make sure that this country is brought up. We want to make sure that this country, is become comparable. It can be compared to other countries. Like we said, we're not sounding redundant or repetitive here, but the country has been around for so long. How do you feel? We're going to these hotels. We're having these meetings, meetings for ourselves, because at the end of the day, who are you? Dr. King once said, he said that the ultimate measure of a leader is not where he or she stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where you stand in times of conflicts and controversy. And that really speaks to the core of who you are as a representative and a senator or a speaker of the House. Because if you will go to government, I think it was Kennedy or Lincoln asked the question, ask not what your country will do for you, but what you will do for your country. So you go into government, you step into government just to steal, to squander the funds and to invest the resources for your own, personal self-aggrandizement. And I think that's unethical, that's wrong. But the real truth is, as far as this decision to, elect another speaker to the House, or if the House having one already, that's pre-existing, speak to how divisive and how divided our House and our country has become. I'm not even going to go any longer because we're about 23 minutes into the show. I wanted to come in today, just to do about 30 minutes. Our topic again for today is a house divided against itself cannot stand. Again, you're watching the We Too All Librarians Movement platform, your distinct and dynamic platform that speaks to and for the masses. We are not in the business of manufacturing players, pimps, and hustlers. Rather, we are in the business of changing and revolutionizing the thought process of our people. The House of Representatives and the House of Senate, they are all pimps, they are hustlers, they are there to enrich themselves. Who can we really pick out amongst these people to see who really have love for country? You know what I mean? What is 45,000? What is 15,000? If we were to go back, even 100,000, $1 million, at the detriment of your country. Now, we have, it speaks to your integrity. And integrity is not what you do when people are watching you, but what you do when people are not looking at you, So we want to know your thought process, your perspective on the Supreme Court ruling yesterday, because the real truth is, we're to just dive a little bit deeper into the Constitution. I believe strongly that the democracy won here. No one actually won the election. So if you're tuning again, this is just an emergency show, just so that we can get your perspective on the decision. Of you know they call themselves honorable of the House of Representatives, to elect a new Speaker of the House when in fact you already have an existing Speaker of the House. We're not going to be any longer. Even if you were to not call now, and later on when you were to, come across this video, we want to know your perspective. We want to know your comment. Our people are really suffering. Our people are dying daily. Go to West Point. Go to Red Light. Go to 72nd. Go to a rehab area. Someone front door, someone back door. Someone's septic thing is right next to someone's well. A whole lot is happening in the country. A lot of people are beggars. You know what I mean? People are dying every day. We don't even have our healthcare system has no. We cannot even grade it on the curve. So we're here just to, get your view, and I think that Supreme Court actually did an excellent job by following the Constitution. Democracy won once again, and we for the We Too movement, we try as much as possible to stay far from the politics, but there's no way, because at the end of the day, people are being used, people are being sold out, people are being exploited, and they're entitled to the national kick. They're entitled to the resources. They're here to have life, not only life, but to have a life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So, if you again come across our video, this is the We Too movement. We too are Liberians. We are also Liberians. We're entitled to our freedom of speech. We're entitled to the national kick. We're entitled to enlightening our people, because a lot of you, no matter what the circumstances are, no matter your condition, you've chosen a side and you're bent on that. But we want you to be objective. We want you to see reason, to be objective, and to see your personal condition. Don't just have a tunnel view. I mean, you could see it from your peripheral. I mean, from side view, sideways, 360 and things like that, to make decisions. What I mean? But if this fanatic Kofi, if he was to be kicked out of the house, or I think it should be done properly. It should be done appropriately. It should be done through due process. And I'm glad that this man, I'm not a fan of him, but at the same time, I mean, he's learned, and so he was able to be patient. The fact that even after the Supreme Court's ruling, was able to come up to the forefront to call his people back to work, to get the Liberian people work going. But you guys are not even working in the interest of the people. And because you're not united, and because you are divisive, because you are divided, the House cannot stand. So today's topic, as we conclude, is a pretty simple topic. A House divided against this South cannot stand. It's plain and simple, clear cut. There's no way around it. And so if you're tuning, you're again watching the We Too All Liberians movement. This is what we do. We speak the truth. We speak truth to power. We enlighten our people. And thank you for watching. This was just an emergency show. This was not intended. This is not something that we scheduled. We do have our show here that will be aired. That is now being aired every Wednesday. So look out for our show coming up. We might continue this show actually on Wednesday, and it'll be, if possible, we might have a panel. If not, we will continue with our regular schedule there Wednesday, at 8 p.m. To bring you some information. So thank you very much for watching. Again, this is the We Too Are Librarians Movement. This is how we can conclude this show. I have been your host, C.I.T. Williams. Look forward to talking to you there. You have a good day and a good weekend. Be blessed. Bye.
Simple life. It's all we want to live. Give me food, give me clothes, give me love, and give me shelter. Simple.